The dogs of New Jersey Task Force 1 were all at ground zero for the first 10 days of the World Trade Center collapse. It was like walking into hell. It was chaos. There was fire everywhere, there was dust. There was loud machinery and twisted steel and people running in all directions. Not long after we started work, looking for a trace of living victims that were buried. And the first thing that happened was a bunch of firefighters said, "Oh, there's a dog, bring the dog here, please bring the dog here." They were digging in a certain spot. And I said, "Piper, go find." When Piper put his nose down, and before he could even take a sniff, they were all over him. They were on his back because they couldn't wait. They were so desperate. They were so crazed about their friends and their brothers down there under the pile. They couldn't even wait for 2 minutes without doing something. And then I started feeling the despair that they were feeling. And it was early on. We were there for 10 days and it didn't get any better. I had to get him to show me where there were other victims. But he would paw at a spot, or he would whine, or he would circle it, look at me, that there was a human being in this particular spot. The canines of New Jersey Task Force 1 is a urban building collapse rescue group. There are about 11 or 12 canines in the group. The training ground is in Lakehurst, New Jersey, which includes an agility course, a directional area, bark barrels, an obedience practice field, and a large, huge, dangerous rubble pile. They need agility to learn how to maneuver on the rubble. They have to climb ladders. They have to be able to balance on seesaws. They have to go through tunnels on command. Piper and his friends in Task Force 1, together they found about 15 bodies during our 10-day deployment at Ground Zero. Piper learned how to walk on angle iron and steel that was almost vertical. He got beat up pretty bad. His paws were red and ragged. His eyes were red. His nose was in that awful dust all the time. We had masks on, but he didn't. A fireman, a New York City firefighter, approached us with hollow eyes and sunken cheeks and despair written all over his face. And he looked at Piper and he said, "Can I pet your dog?" Which is the proper protocol for a working dog. And I said, sure, go ahead. And he went over to Piper and he put his arms around him and he gave him a hug and he whispered something into Piper's ear. And Piper turned his head and looked at him, wagged his tail a little bit, and then the guy got up, thanked me, and left with a tiny little smile on his face. We stayed at the Javits Center. We slept in tents. We shared our space with the rats. The support we got was magnificent. There were chiropractors, there were veterinarians, there were physical therapists, there were nurses waiting to give the dog a massage, to give the dog a bath, to help the dog to clean his eyes. And all this really helped. The experience I have derived from working with these canines has opened up a whole new area of my own life. I have learned what unselfishness really is. I have learned what loyalty, faithfulness really means. And I think we human beings are just beginning to learn it from the canines. I have a partner who asks nothing from me except to be able to stay at my side and do his work. And when he's tired and when he's hurting and when he's limping, he works even harder. In my next life, I'd like to be that good.